Welcome back to Kalman Web Design. Today we are going to be taking the wireframe for Bixby's barbecue that we created in the last video, link up top and down below if you missed that one, and converting that wireframe into a complete website design. Make sure you watch till the end today so you know exactly what you're doing, and I'm also going to do a video on how to convert your Adobe XD files into a Adobe Photoshop file, and then after that video we will actually develop this website using HTML and PHP code absolutely from scratch. But let's get started today. So I have Adobe XD open already, and you guys can see my wireframe down here in the bottom left that we used our AI art generator to actually come up with in the last video. Again, if you didn't watch that, make sure you watch it so this all makes sense to you guys. So what you need to do from here is actually navigate to your files, and the first thing we need to do before we do anything, and this is crucial, do not forget it, make a duplicate of this file so you still have the wireframe, and now you'll be able to use your second wireframe, your copy version here, to actually create a design and not screw up your wireframe in case you make any mistakes and need to go back to that file. So first what we want to do is get all our colors in here so you guys can see the AI generated art that we created in the last video, and that's where we're going to actually pull all of our colors from. It's going to be really easy, and I'll show you guys exactly how to do it. So instead of having to come up with your own color schemes, you use your AI art generator to do it completely for you. It makes it so much easier. So what you do now is go ahead and select that header and then just start filling in the colors by going to fill and then selecting your eyedropper tool like so, and then going over here and selecting the color that you want, and boom, now you have the color up here. So what I'm gonna do is fully color this now that you guys know how to do it, and then we'll come back and move on to the next step. Alright guys, now we have all the colors that we want to use on our page, and now all we need to do from this step is start adding in our images, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're going to do that here today. In Adobe XD, it has this great feature that you can just pull these images right off your computer and put them in the spaces. But first, I'm going to show you guys the wrong way to do this. So the wrong way to do it is to drag your image in like that and then try and put it in there, because it's not going to want to work correctly. So what you need to do, delete that, okay? And I see a lot of beginners make this mistake. But what you need to do, the correct way, is to actually take your image, drag it from your computer into the spot where you want it, like so. So let's go ahead and we're going to drag in all of these images like this, and then we'll go ahead and adjust them, and I'll show you guys how to do that once I add all of them into the website. Alright guys, now we have all the images for our food options in here, and now we're going to take our image for the home page here that we have. It's going to be of this little fire that we have coming up from a grill, really get people excited about this barbecue restaurant. And then what we need to do is make this text pop just a little bit more because it's hard to see it right now. So the first thing we're going to do, make that bold, and then we're going to center this right in the middle, and we're going to make sure this is all in the middle for us here. And then what we're going to do to make this text pop out a little bit is add a little background here to it, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm doing here. So then we'll go ahead and make this kind of blend in a little bit with our dark smoky color. I don't think that's great, so what I'm going to do is actually use the eyedropper tool and grab some of this gray color like this over here, and then what I'm going to do is make sure this is centered around our text. It's very important again that it's right in the middle. We're going to round this off just a little bit, move it up a couple tabs just to make sure you can see that. Next, we're going to change the opacity of it a little bit so you can see it, the background image, a little bit. 20% is too low, so we're going to increase that to 70, and then we're going to bump that up maybe like to a 90, like so, just like that. And then I don't really like this color, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select a different shade of that color. That looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit more professional. And then again, we're going to come back here, change this to 90, drop this maybe just a little bit more, see how it looks. Let's try it just a little bit more. No, I think 80 was the way to go, so we're going to put that at 80. and then we're gonna leave it alone so you guys can clearly see that text now. What we're gonna do is drag this down just a little bit. And now we have our little tagline here, big barbecue with big taste. And you guys can clearly see the text. You guys can clearly see the food options down here at the bottom. So we only have a few more steps to actually completing this design that you guys see. What we need to do is add in our text for each item here. And what I'm gonna do on the home page is this is gonna be chicken, this is gonna be pork, and this is gonna be beef. And then on our menu page, we will actually put the specific name of each entree, each meat that we have according to the chicken, beef, and pork, and the plates that we have to offer. And then one last thing that we might add is some catering options just to give them a quick price. And I'll show you guys what that looks like once we get it all up on the page. And so what I'm gonna do is show you guys one here. So I'm gonna go to menu here. You just wanna double click this and then change this text like so. Boom, now we have chicken. And then what we wanna do is make that update to the rest of them. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like when we're done. All right, now we have all the text for our images here. We have our menu on our homepage that highlights our most popular chicken, pork, and beef entrees that we have. The leg quarters, the pulled pork sandwich, and the beef brisket sandwich. That's particularly why we have these images here. And then these, eventually when we get to development, when you click on these, they'll take you to the menu over here where you can actually select your options. And then for plates, we have brisket sandwich combo, brisket combo, baby back rib combo, and then the rest you guys can look through real quick. But I want to continue on to the next step, which is going to be actually finding a logo that we want to use. So what I like to do right off the bat, if I don't want to have to create a logo completely from scratch, is go to my icons for design here and go ahead and create one that will at least be a good placeholder for now. Even if this is not the final one that we decide to use, at least we have something showing that here is going to be the logo for our restaurant. And now what we want to do, guys, is actually drag our logo in. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that really quick. And as you guys can see, all you need to do is just drag it in like so. And then we're going to shrink this down a little bit. We're probably actually going to leave this little white circle here because we will not be able to see our logo otherwise. Make this a little bit larger like that so you can actually see our logo, and then we'll copy this over to the rest of our pages that we have going on. And then we're actually going to take our text and put it up here at the right side or the left side next to our logo to once again have our client's business name up here for potential people that are looking to buy barbecue will be able to see. So, and then we'll copy this over to the rest of our pages. Now we have our headers updated and our footers updated with our logo. I decided to leave the text out of the footer because I think it's getting a little bit too repetitive to have it again at the bottom, especially since in our development stage, we're actually going to have a sticky header. So you would have to see both of these again and it'd be kind of annoying. So that's the reason I did that. But now you guys can see we have a full menu, a full home page, and a full contact page. And the next step in this is going to be to update the font to whatever you guys want. I think it actually looks good like this right now. I actually am not going to change it. Usually I don't like to go with this default font in Adobe XD, but for this website, I think it actually looks pretty good. Let's try one more thing just for an idea here. So I think that font looks good for now. I think I might change it later on, but if I decide to change it, I will definitely update you guys in the development stage. And for this video, we may add catering options to it, but again, if I decide to do that, I'll update you guys in the development video where I actually start building the website. But as for Adobe XD, I think you guys get the point and you understand where we're headed with these designs at Calvin Web Design. Everything we do is for a purpose. Everything we do is for a reason. We place everything in a certain spot. Everything has to be thought through methodically. So on our home page, we have our most popular chicken, pork, and beef options that we have at this particular client's food truck, because we want the clients or the people that are going to be buying this food to see our most popular items first. Again, our most popular items on our menu page are the plates, then the chicken, then the beef, than the pork. And then each individual section, like for example on plates, our most popular option with this at this client's business is going to be the brisket sandwich combo. So that is why we have it first. But we want to include all our most popular stuff on the left side and closer to the top. So you want to maneuver everything strategically. Make sure you use the colors strategically to draw attention. Certain places you want it, and then certain places you want less attention. Dial back the brightness and the contrast of the colors. But for this website, it's just going to be brief. It's just going to be a home page, what they have to offer as far as the menu goes, and then a contact page for catering. And then again, we may add some catering options on this website during the development stage, but I will let you guys know about that. If you have any questions, reach out to us today through this video or go to our website at kalmanwebdesign.com. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.